I recently made a video discussing how Disney World could improve by focusing on what the park truly needs rather than prioritizing certain questionable investments. There are some rides that desperately need updates or removal, while others should remain untouched instead of being replaced. This got me thinking about the other parks in Florida and what improvements they might need. Universal Orlando Resort is the second largest park in the state, and it stands out as a fascinating case. In fact, Universal has arguably been making the best decisions among Florida's major destinations. Universal has undergone a dramatic transformation in recent years, evolving from a secondary option to a fierce competitor for Disney, arguably surpassing them in some areas. While Disney holds the advantage with 4 parks and a vast array of attractions, Universal has been consistently outpacing them in innovation. The addition of groundbreaking rides like Hagrid's and Velocicoaster, coupled with the highly anticipated Epic Universe, showcases Universal's focus on creating high-quality attractions that resonate with fans. Epic Universe, Universal's largest and most ambitious project to date, promises to revitalize the resort as a whole, cementing Universal's position as one of the most exciting theme park chains to follow. So with Epic Universe on the horizon, there doesn't seem to be much that needs to be fixed, especially with rumored Phase 2 updates for Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World seem to be already in the works. But one area that might benefit for future expansion, looking at what's coming with opening day, is the Ministry of Magic. As it stands, the land will feature just one ride and one show, making it the least attraction heavy compared to the other themed lands in the park. Originally, there were plans for a VR experience in the Ministry of Magic, but that concept was shuffled around. It was originally considered for Ministry, and then it was moved to Diagon Alley, and then it was rumored to replace Fear Factor Live, before seemingly being scrapped altogether. Though the VR idea may be a goner, adding another attraction to the Ministry of Magic would be a very smart move to enhance that overall guest experience. Of course, introducing a completely new land in the future would also be exciting, but if we're looking at which existing area might require the most attention post-opening, the Ministry of Magic does seem like the clear candidate. Now let's head over to Universal Studios. We know that Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit is getting replaced with a new Intamin coaster. And honestly, this is a really smart decision. If I was going to say we're ripping out Rip Ride Rockit, I would say either make it a copy of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coming to Universal Hollywood, or get a new Intamin vertical launch coaster with the concept they recently released. And that seems to be exactly what Universal is doing. It really does seem to be one or the other. We know the permits have said that the ride will be made by Intamin, we just don't know which one. If they do go the Hollywood Drift route, we do know that it will be a different layout, but they'll find a way to fit into that footprint. However, that vertical launch concept that they released recently looks like it would be the perfect fit for that footprint they have for the permits. Now, personally, I think Rip Ride Rockit is incredible. I don't think they should touch it. I've ridden that ride a lot recently since that announcement, and I really don't get the hate for this ride, but hey, Universal has to do what they gotta do. At the end of the day, if we're getting an Intamin coaster like Velocicoaster or Hollywood Drift, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But looking at the park as a whole, I do believe that the back section of Universal Studios, particularly the Simpsons ride, is where the most attention is needed. That ride just feels outdated. The technology is old, and it's far from being a fan favorite. Honestly, if it closed tomorrow, I doubt many people would be upset. There have been persistent rumors about the Simpsons ride and the Springfield area being reimagined into a Pokemon-themed land, and I think that's the right move. Pokemon is an incredibly popular franchise, and it honestly stuns me that it hasn't been adapted into a theme park land ever. Universal could capitalize on this opportunity brilliantly. A dark ride as the anchor attraction would be essential, but I also think a highly themed, high-capacity roller coaster would also be a great addition. Pokemon is such an exciting brand, it deserves a ride that feels dynamic and quick-paced. A Mock Rides Inverted Powered Coaster would be a great choice, offering a mix of thrills and family-friendly appeal. We know that Universal has worked with Mock Rides with this model in the past with Jurassic Flyers at Beijing. We know how Universal loves to kind of copy and paste rides to sister parks, so I think that this would be a great fit, and something that would really benefit in America, as there is not one of these models yet at all in America. You could also go the route with Arthur Europa Park, which I think would be the better route. You could feature outdoor high-speed sections to give a sense of speed and thrill, but paired with those immersive indoor scenes with detail theming to bring the Pokemon world to life. Now, let's talk about Fast and Furious Supercharged. I know it's only 7 years old, and this is highly unlikely, but man, that ride needs to go.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
There were past rumors of a night bus adventure replacing Supercharged because, from what we know, Universal's well aware the ride is awful. The senior creative director of the ride, Terry Koo, said on a panel, "I regret making this ride."
I wish I had stopped senior management from building the Fast and Furious attraction.
I think that a night bus adventure would be the smartest move. You could extend the London area, adding on to the Wizarding World, and just remove San Francisco entirely. It would create a much more cohesive experience. The expanded theming would blend perfectly with the existing Harry Potter area. Now, if Universal decides not to go the night bus route, that is one massive building housing Supercharged. And that is prime real estate. They could gut the entire space and build a brand new dark ride or indoor coaster. It could still tie into the Harry Potter franchise, or perhaps this is the perfect opportunity to bring back a beloved classic like Back to the Future, or even bring back Ghostbusters. Especially if Rip Ride Rocket gets rethemed to Fast and Furious, you could easily slap a Ghostbusters attraction in this area. The possibilities for this plot of land are endless, but one thing is clear, it is time for a fresh start with this space, and I think bringing back a classic franchise will be perfect. Men in Black Alien Attack is another attraction worth considering. However, I believe this ride should remain in place, with only a temporary closure, but a long-scale one. I'm talking a full year, to allow for some much-needed updates. It's a rare gem, an interactive large-scale dark ride with minimal screens, with some updated effects. This ride could continue to be a standout attraction. It doesn't need to go, it just really needs a refresh to keep it feeling fresh and exciting. Now, let's move our focus to Islands of Adventure. Personally, I think this park could honestly use a full refresh, especially in the Lost Continent area. With no operating attractions now for over 2 years, it seems like a complete reboot of the land would be the best approach. Rumors of The Legend of Zelda taking over this area sounds like the perfect fit. The themes of Zelda and the Lost Continent align well, making the transition relatively simple. You could easily update the Sinbad stage to feature a full-scale Zelda-themed show, and transform Poseidon's Fury into a massive dark ride. This change would also give Nintendo a presence in each Universal park if they go through with Pokemon, so you would have Pokemon at Studio, Zelda at Islands, and Nintendo World at Epic. Universal's already done this with Wizarding World. We have Hogsmeade at Islands, Diagon Alley at Studios, and now Ministry of Magic at Epic. Do the same thing with Nintendo. I love Nintendo experiences. I am not complaining. I think Universal should 100% go this route. Now, let's talk about Toon Lagoon. I do enjoy this land. I love the feel of it, but let's be so real, nobody knows who Popeye and Dudley Do-Right are. Their themes feel outdated, but I would say keep the rides because Ripsaw Falls is incredible. Popeye and Bluto's is one of the best rapids ride out there. Keep them, they work well, just retheme them. I know there have been a lot of rumors of Lord of the Rings. They've been speculated to come to Universal Park. I think this would fit perfectly here. You could add on a new massive dark ride in that back amphitheater that hasn't been used since the park opening. You could add that in to complement the existing attractions. That could really elevate this area, as Lord of the Rings is a franchise with endless opportunities for immersive experiences. Now for Jurassic Park, I'm open to changes, but if the Jurassic Park River Adventure were rethemed to Jurassic World, I wouldn't mind. Now, if they're going to make this change, I would suggest remove the screen section at the start. I know they won't if they do go through with this, but that scene with the dinosaur underwater and just spraying water on you, it is so dragged out. Just make it something real, it'll look a lot better. But I would say that'd be the only touch-up really needed for Jurassic Park. Now, Marvel Superhero Island. It's an incredible land, but similar to Simpsons, Disney owns Marvel, and that is a big deal, I feel like. It's an incredible land, but Universal will eventually need to part their ways with Marvel. I think Lord of the Rings could fit here as well. There's not much else I really think Universal could put within Toon Lagoon or Marvel Superhero Island. I think Lord of the Rings, if it does come to Universal like it's been rumored to, it's definitely going to be one of these two lands. I know there's been a lot of rumors of it becoming a land at Epic, which I also wouldn't complain. That would also be incredible, but I would honestly rather it come to Islands. We know that Marvel's going to have to go soon. Toon Lagoon needs an update, and I think that is a perfect IP you could slap in, touch up some of the rides, maybe even add on a completely new attraction, but I think the potential here is limitless. These are all just my thoughts, but let me know what you think Universal should add to each park in the comments section. I would love to hear everyone's ideas. Additionally, if you're interested in high quality POVs or off-ride footage, we have it all here at Theme Park Hunting, so be sure to check out my second channel, TPH Productions. With that, this is Hunter from Theme Park Hunting, and I will see you all later.